Hi, this is Dancing Rabbit, and welcome to another Saturday Pagan Perspective. The question for this week comes from Iris Crescent Moon, and she writes, "This question came to me because I've been getting a lot of recommended videos that have to do with this person. So I wonder, what do you all think of Laurie Cabot? I don't know how on topic or off topic it is, but after watching a few videos of hers and some of the videos that she's posted, I'm just not sure what to think of her. Obviously, I don't want to judge her or her path, but somehow she comes off superficial. I'm not quite sure how to explain it. Thoughts? Again, just curious. I've tried looking up any kind of information about her and have not found a whole lot. Thanks to everyone, and blessed be." Okay, this is a little hard for me to answer for a couple of reasons. The first place, until I saw this question, I don't think I'd ever heard of Laurie Cabot. You know, I've heard of an awful lot of pagan authors, leaders, speakers, elders, youngers, but I've never heard of Miss Cabot. But you know, there's a lot of people that I've never heard of, and there's whole areas and paths that, you know, just for whatever reason, pure chance if nothing else, I've never delved into. I thought about doing a little research, watching some of her videos, but the second reason kicks in. I really don't feel comfortable publicly critiquing a fellow pagan author or pagan leader, spokesperson in a public video. Now, you know, if someone messaged me or emailed me or were talking to me more or less privately, and I had an opinion, especially a strong opinion about an author, I wouldn't mind giving it. But not in public, not unless the author is advocating something that's actually dangerous, like, say, using death's cup mushrooms in a flying potion, or perhaps something that is just kind of absurd scholarship, like suggesting that there's proof that the ancient Druids are actually aliens from the Pleiades or something. But even then, I don't know that I would do it in a public video, being critical of someone. What I would suggest that Iris Crescent Moon and any of our other viewers, when you're trying to decide on someone such as Laurie Cabot or any other pagan author or elder or leader, that you use your knowledge, your sense, and your senses, your feeling about it. And realize that unless we're talking about somebody who is just way off somewhere, a lot is really opinion and preference. There are authors that I feel are a little fluffy, not very scholarly, that other people really enjoy. There are people who've criticized my book, The Way of the Horned God, as not being advanced enough, but my intended audience was 10 to 16-year-old boys. So, you know, even if you grew up in a pagan family and learned paganism from preschool, if you're 10 years old, how many years of experience are you likely to have anyway? So, you know, different authors have different styles, and they appeal to different people. Different authors are writing to different audiences, and so for a very good reason, their books have a different tone or a different style, and the same thing with videos. I think some of my videos are a little too serious and maybe teacherly, but that's my background as a public school teacher. So that's the style. Content, you know, that varies too, and it may be the author's background. I know that Isaac Bonewits uses extensive footnotes in his books, but there are other authors that, you know, apparently they're assuming the knowledge is just general knowledge, or that it's some original creation of their own, and they have practically no footnotes, and that bothers some people and it doesn't bother other people. As far as commercialism, I feel like that an author deserves a fair recompense for his or her work. Writing is a whole lot more difficult than I ever imagined it would be before I started it, and the monetary rewards are really quite small. My contract is for a 10% royalty, which is pretty standard, you know, unless you're some really big name author. So that amounts to about $2.50 per copy of a book, and I'm assuming Laurie Cabot's in a similar sort of situation. When I do readings professionally, I charge a standard $1 a minute fee, which is about the same in person and online, and I think this is fair. I've been in shops that I felt like were way overpriced, and basically I didn't buy anything and really didn't go back. I have met a very few witches, practitioners that I felt were not ethical or were way overcharging for their not quite so good services. But, you know, that's their karma that they have to deal with. I just didn't engage their services and really haven't been back. So I don't really know if Miss Cabot is overcharging or too commercial or not too commercial. I just really have not looked into it. But if you feel that she's overcharging for something, well then, you know, go buy it somewhere else or make it on your own. So I guess maybe I don't have this strong of an opinion on her as an individual, and I think even if I did, I would not express it here in public on a collaborative channel. So use your own sense, use your own feelings, trust yourself, and I think you'll do just fine with Laurie Cabot or with myself or with any other pagan author or leader. Anyway, I'm starting to repeat, starting to ramble. I'm going to have to edit a bunch of this stuff out. So, till next week, Dancing Rabbit, wishing you and all yours peace.